to build and to expand this tremendous part of Alamance County's history, of the state's history, and dare I say, even maybe our country's history. I have to be perfectly honest, I'm not originally from North Carolina. I'm originally from a little state called New Mexico. We were one of the later ones to enter the United States, but 34 years ago I moved to North Carolina, and it did not take long at all for me to start learning about the legacy of the Scott family. And then certainly whenever I came here to Alamance Community College, I learned tremendous more. I can't speak today apparently. I learned a lot more about the Scott family and had the opportunity to get to know some of you quite well, some of your family members quite well. Dr. Charlie Scott, he was on our board of trustees when I first came here. I've had the opportunity to get to know him well. And what I'm so proud of with this event is what I know is the tremendous work that Peggy has done through her career to really make sure that the Scott family is celebrated and recognized and remembered, not only today, but for decades to come.
Dr. Ken Ingold, Carolyn Rhodes, Scott Family Collection Board President Chris Ackus, Scott Family Curator Mary Collins, Scott family members, ACC colleagues, dearest family and friends. I want to express my gratitude to the Scott family of Hallfields for the opportunity to work with them over the past 25 years. I also want to recognize the institutional foresight shown by ACC for accepting the Scott family collection and sustaining it for the past 27 years. Wow.
Here, here.
Dr. Laura Gorham, the ACC Library Director in 1999, asked me to serve as the founding curator or director or whatever I wanted to call myself. And I chose curator. And what an incredible experience this has been for me. From 1999 to 2005, my office was over in B Wing, the building next door, where I was squeezed in my desk, between two IT nerds, Dennis Rasmussen, better known as Raz, and the late David Pascal. And both of them commented constantly on my lack of technology and computer skills. They drove me crazy. And I drove them crazy because I didn't know how to do anything. So I was constantly asking them questions. Finally, when the G building was completed in 2005, the Scott collection was given its own space, and I got an office with a door. I used to go over to visit everybody in the library, so I would have to sit in their office with the window. This office was the place where so many events and exhibits were planned and brought to fruition by student workers, staff, volunteers, and myself. It would take too long to name all of the exhibits and events that we've hosted here in the collection, and the school auditorium, and throughout the college. But most of the ideas came from the office that you have in here. The original 1893 map of Alamance County, drawn by Will Spoon, that hangs in the office, was donated by the late Henderson Scott. At the top of the map, just under the Caswell County line, is the Stony Creek Mountain. On the north side of the mountain is the home of J.A. Boswell, John Ramsey Boswell, my great-grandfather. And on the south side is the home of T.J. Tapscott, Thomas Jefferson Tapscott, my other great-grandfather. The son of J.A. Boswell, Ed Boswell, married the daughter of T.J. Tapscott, and her name was Bessie Carr Tapscott. I like to think that these ancestors of mine would be proud of the work I've done throughout my career in public history, beginning in 1976, and including with my quarter century here at the Scott Collection. On the same map in Melville Township, which is Bevan and Hallfields, was the home of Lizzie Hughes and Robert Walter Scott. I think they also would be proud of their descendants' efforts to keep the family stories and their very significant history alive and relevant in the 21st century. There are so many stories to tell and individuals to recognize, but I'll stop here and save these stories for the reception and later times together. I will single out my sister, Mary Carr at Boswell Evans, who, along with my mother, Margaret Boswell, helped provide fresh flowers, punch, and cookies during some of those early exhibit opening receptions.
You're here.
Also, this morning I received a phone call from my dear friend Kathleen Gwinnett, whose daughter Elizabeth and her husband Pedro are here. But she was calling to tell me she wouldn't be able to attend today. She's got some kind of virus and is taking all kinds of medicine, but doesn't want to expose anyone to it. But Kathy worked with me tirelessly as a volunteer at the Alamance County Historical Museum and as a graduate at Parsons School of Design, and mentored me in how to design and interpret material culture for the public to enjoy. She also helped me with some exhibits here at Alamance Community College in the Scott Collection. And she made my wedding dress in 1981. Once again, thank you all for this wonderful honor and for coming out to share in this dedication. Please continue to support the Scott Family Collection in any way you can. Bring your friends and family, your out-of-town guests, your kids, your grandkids. I brought mine today, or my daughter today. The Scotts were and continue to be leaders in Alamance County and North Carolina. Enjoy the new exhibit that Mary Collins, current curator of the Scott Collection, did on We Gather Together, which has lots of pictures of family reunions and other family efforts. And enjoy your refreshments and your time here. By the way, a prize will go to the folks who can identify my picture and the 2000 family reunion picture of the Scott family. Thank you again for coming. I appreciate this honor.